I do believe that I have finally found it. A game so vile, so wretched, that it melts the cerebellums of those who gaze into it. Behold the shitstorm that is...
Hey! Is that Darklands? I love that game!
What? No, you must be mistaken. This is a horrendous...
It is Darklands! It's another masterpiece released by Microprose just a couple years before they released Master of Magic.
Just look at the interface. It's all text.
Yep, and with some nice watercolors in the background.
And this world map.
Germany and the surrounding lands as they were in the 1400s. It even shows where you are and the locations of every city, so you'll never get lost.
And the music.
All based on authentic music from the 1400s.
And the monetary system. It's madness.
Again, it's historically accurate. But you really don't need to know how many Pfennig there are to a Groschen, or how many Groschen there are to a florin. The game converts all the prices to Pfennig for you.
You can't play proper wizards or clerics at all!
True, it's not just point and shoot. Instead of spells, you collect alchemy formulas and brew an assortment of potions like stone tar, sunburst, or Arabian fire. And, as this is the Holy Roman Empire, your characters are in fact Catholic. And as your holyman gains knowledge of more and more saints, he can pray to any one of them for the specific blessings that they confer. It all has far more depth than your standard spellcasting system.
What about their theft protection? Constantly booting you from the game.
Oh yeah, the game came with the information to get through that. Unfortunately, when they re-released the game on CD, it was not packaged with any of its supplementary material. But it's fairly easy to guess your way past, and I can still remember many of the alchemy symbols.
And let's not forget that nightmarish character creation. None of the things you expect are present. No classes, no races, nothing.
They managed to give character creation an alchemic feel.
Alchemically created people.
You start by choosing a background and assigning their base statistics. Then you go through their life in 5-year increments, deciding what professions they entered and what skills they developed. Of course, once you get beyond the sweet spot of 20 to 30 years of age, the older you get, the weaker they grow. You never really played this game, did you?
Of course not! It would have melted my cerebellum!
The game has a learning curve that requires some medieval history and getting used to one of the earliest real-time battle systems, but I find it far more satisfying than most other role-playing games. A true classic. And in many ways, you can consider this to be the great-grandfather of Western RPGs, such as Baldur's Gate and Arcanum.
Very well. You go and play your classic. I have work to attend to.
Gladly! So you want to go out at night and pick a few fights, get a little money, build up your weapon skills, and maybe endear yourself to the local populace a little. So you go to the shady part of town, stumbling through dark alleyways, and then, out of nowhere, the city watchmen show up to arrest you for breaking the curfew. You might kill them, bribe them, run from them, or if you're so equipped, pray to a saint to bail you out. And this is what it's like everywhere you go. You get into all sorts of trouble, and you're not even trying to do bad things. Not that you can't go on a murderous rampage across the countryside. Then again, while you can deal with being fugitives in some cities, you always want to have at least one place that you're the local hero of, where you can go to recuperate and buy and sell your loot. Now, when your endurance runs out, your character's only knocked out, and will be back on his feet as soon as the battle's over. But any damage done to the green bar are actual injuries. These lower your character's strength, and if the green bar ever reaches 0, the character is dead. Forever. Now, I've never seen a full party wipe, and you can replace them with new characters at any inn. But even so, whenever you make a character, it's a good idea to give them higher strength than their endurance.
Reduced to using a bathtub for my experiments, like a common street physicist. There! I didn't have any ink made from the blood of virgins, much less the blood of murderers, but this should suffice.
Because all magic is inherently evil in this world, that doesn't just mean that you'll be fighting witches, demons, and dark priests, but also that you won't be finding any good +1 flaming longswords lying around. All the game's weapons and armor are non-magical, instead having quality scores. The higher the quality, the more effective the items. Also, you should be aware that armor is heavy. And if your character isn't especially strong, you could become greatly encumbered by even just a suit of chainmail and a large shield. You also have to worry about your gear becoming damaged. This doesn't mean that you have to replace them every time some mad alchemist hurls a vial of ether water at you. But after a trip through the trap-filled mines or battle with the dragon, it's usually a good idea to check your armor and replace the ones with low quality numbers. There are also a rare few holy relics that happen to be weapons, but you won't be finding those easily.
And that finishes the Breath of Life sub-formula. This is so much simpler than I was led to believe. Wait. There's some sort of notation here. Heed this warning. Absolutely vital. Make sure to add this sub-formula's components last, after the body has fully formed. Oh dear. Back! Back! You're not fully formed yet!
Sooner or later, you're gonna want to seek your fortunes and travel the wild and dangerous world outside the city walls. The first thing you'll notice is the sheer size of the game world. It's huge! The next thing that you'll notice is you aren't traveling in the old world as the history books tell it. You're traveling in the world as the people who lived in the 1400s saw it. Brigands waiting to ambush you if you travel down the roads, terrible monsters lurking in the forests, and the wild huntsman and his otherworldly hounds chasing you through the night. And just when you think you've found a safe village to recuperate from your latest injuries, you may well wake up in the middle of the night to find them trying to sacrifice you. And that's without even mentioning the wolves, boars, blizzards, and other natural hazards that might easily claim the lives of the unprepared. You really never know what to expect next. There's such a variety of quests you can choose to fulfill, whether for glory or just for the money. One minute you might be trying to scale over the walls of a city that you're wanted in, so you can steal documents that one merchant is using to blackmail another. The next you're blasting a robber baron's door off its hinges and storming his castle. Or even such honorable deeds as robbing tombs and wresting holy relics from defenseless old hermits. Some of the areas, like the Great Monastery or the mines, have surprising depth to them. And all you indie game designers should take note of this. Since they didn't have the time and resources to make more than one tile set for areas like the mines, they had to reuse the same tiles for every single floor. So they altered the tiles to give each floor its own distinctive feel. Microprose was always good at finding ways to stretch their resources like this.
That's 2 parts Aqua Regia, 3 parts... Wait a minute. Ether water? How'd this formula get mixed in? Damn it! I said back! Do you want extra arms to form?
Oh, and a little helpful tip for your alchemy. It's generally okay to perform the safer formulas wherever you like, but you should probably avoid brewing a dozen Thunderbolt potions in a small village. And a breath of death going off in the inn is not going to endear you to the city guards any. Personally, I never really feel safe and in control of the game until my characters all have volatile compounds stored in fragile glass bottles strapped all over their bodies. It's only then that I can go into the maelstrom of battle with the confidence that nothing can possibly go wrong. Now, we had been promised expansions adding more and more of the world to this game. Unfortunately, Microprose went out of business and we never got any more. And, like Master of Magic, Darklands mods are nearly unheard of. But occasionally someone will make a Darklands adaptation using more modern and mod-friendly games. I'll include a couple links in this video's description, or, if you're watching this at Gamersnark, they'll be directly beneath the video.
Alright, and now for the final reagents. The white cinnabar, and that thing I can't pronounce. It's reacting rather strangely. Let me see that last page again. Breath of death? My, what delightful... Oh no! 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 No!
All in all, with its vast variety of skills, diverse quests, and innumerable random events, Darklands is a true wide-open sandbox. And, though occasionally I'll find a game that reminds me of it, I've never found a play experience quite like it.